Hey everybody, Kevin Elliott here with Home Dabbler. Let me ask you a question. You ever been driving down the road and you see a contractor's truck, like a home builder's truck or a plumber or electrician or something like that, and they had that rack on the back of their truck and their extension cords on the back are hanging in beautiful, clean, nice, neat coils like this. Now let me ask you another question. Do your extension cords look like this? Right? Big, nasty, naughty mess. Would you like your extension cords that look like this to lay just like this? Well, today I'm going to give you one of the most helpful tips I ever got. I got it on a job site years ago. An old contractor was yelling at me for winding up my cords the wrong way. So what I want to do is teach you first of all, why cords lay like this, why the pros can get theirs to lay like this, and also teach you the technique to get yours to do the same thing. Okay? So the first thing is that you don't ever want to do, which a lot of people do, is they take that cord and they put it in their hand and then they start winding it around their elbow. You seen this move right here? You ever done this move? Never do that move. Never, ever. It will ruin your extension cords. And here's why. It's because your extension cord inside here, you see it has these 3 prongs, right? Each one of those is connected to a separate little tiny wire. So you have 3 wires in most extension cords. So it's like a braided rope. And when you start to wind it around like your shoulder, what you do is you twist those 3 together, and it's like your hair. When you twist it, it will make knots. It'll never come out, which is why I like this. So let me give you there's 3 simple steps for doing this. First step is you have to unwind this terrible mess, okay? So you can see I'm in my driveway right here. You can do this out in your yard, any kind of length that you have, and you just need to get this thing laid out in one long, straight line, okay? So that's the first step. That's what I'm gonna do. Good grief, that was horrible. Okay, I have it done. Now, what you're really going to do here is you're going to train this cord to lay a certain way. Remember, you have those 3 wires in there, and you can actually get them in a sort of pattern to where they want to coil on their own in a nice circular coil. However, the only way to get them to do that is with this simple technique. The first thing is, okay, you have it all laid out right here. Second step is, when you start to wind this up, remember, not around none of this, okay? You want it to hang kind of loose. Now, if your cord has been kinked all up and it's all nasty, it's going to take a little while to train it properly, but you can. Just keep doing it over and over, and before long, you'll see what happens. But here is the key. Here's the most important point. When you go to make your first coil, when it comes up like this, okay, you pinch the wire between your index finger and your thumb, and you give it a turn, okay? Just like this. Now, what that does is it starts that coil going in the right direction. Remember, you're training the wire. So you come up and you give it a turn. Now, see what I'm doing here? It's actually starting to go in a circle. Now, you want to leave a nice, loose circle. Now watch. When you come up, you see how that is kind of like an eggplant shape right there, that little bend in it? That means it's a little bit twisted. If you see that, what you do is give it another turn and flip it over and see what happens. It starts to lay in that circle, okay? So give it a twist like that. Next one, every time you bring a loop up, give it that little turn like that. Now look what's happening. Pull it up, twist, and you'll actually feel the wire starting to want to go that way. If it seems to poke out, see how it kind of pokes out a little bit? Give it another twist and see what happens. Okay, that was too far. Back up. And try it again. See? Now what you're getting is that coil all going in the same direction. You see how the wire is starting to turn that way on its own? Okay? See? It's awesome. Now, you just do this for the entire length of the cord. If it starts to kink, back up, drop a couple of loops down like this, and just kind of start over again. Now, the third thing is, when you go to lay this back out, you don't want to just drop it on the ground and grab out of the middle and start going with it, because what will happen is it will knot all up, and then you're right back where you started from. So, let me show you on this cord. Okay, see, this is a nice pretty cord. So you'll notice this end wants to pull out from this side. See? Flip it over, and this end wants to pull out from this side. If I pull this through there, you're going to end up with a big knotty mess. So the best way to do this is to lay them on the ground nice and flat. This end wants to go this way. Lay it on the ground like that and take it from the top. And you watch what happens. That thing will uncoil and go perfectly straight. And then when you go back, you wind it again. And before long, the cord will start telling you where it wants to lay. So there's your quick tip for training your extension cords into these beautiful, easy to use cords. The other great thing about this technique is that you can use it for ropes, you can use it for cables, you can use it for garden hoses. Anything that you want to put into a coil, this technique will train them to do. So give it a try. If you have any trouble, certainly message me through the Facebook page. I'll be happy to help. The other thing is I'd love to see your before and after photos of your kinked up, knotty cords turned into these really nice coils. So send those along. And I hope you find this tip as helpful as I have over the years. Thanks.